Cajun Chef here, everybody. Today we're going to make cabbage rolls. We need 3 cans of Rotel, 70 ounces of tomato sauce, and 1 small can of tomato paste. What we're going to do now is mix the ground meat, about 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds of ground meat with 2 eggs. Once we have the eggs mixed in, we're going to add rice. 2 cups of rice and mix thoroughly. Once it's done, and we're going to wait for it to be finished mixing here before we continue. What I did here was I added, I used pig sweet or cut up onions, bell peppers, I think it's parsley and things like that in a frozen bag. So I added that to the bowl and mixed it up really good. All right, now it's time to add the tomato sauce. Here I added 70 ounces. I mixed the different cans. And here my wife's in the video, so she hopefully doesn't watch this, because she did not want to be in the video at all. But here she's adding the Rotel. So what I did was I had 1 big can of tomato sauce, and then I had a bunch of small cans of tomato sauce. But anyway, it equals 69 or 70 ounces of tomato sauce. I fill each cup with water and rinse out the tomato sauce and pour it back in the pot. 3 cans of Rotel. I used 2 hot and 1 medium, I think. And then 1 can of tomato paste that I'm going to add. Well, that's what I'm adding here. So once I have all the ingredients added, now it's time to get working on the cabbage. So my wife is going to put the cabbage, she's going to cut around the ends. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to peel the leaves off. So we're going to put it in the microwave for 1 minute at a time. What we do is we put a wet paper towel over it and stick it in the microwave for 5 minutes, but we check it every minute and check the leaves. What's going to happen is the leaves are going to end up being rubbery, so they'll peel off. As you can tell, it's hot. Yeah, if you don't heat them up enough, when you bend them, they're going to snap, they're going to break. When you heat them up long enough, they're going to be rubbery and they'll bend. Once you have them all peeled, now it's time to get the stuffing that you made earlier and put about a handful, about the size of your palm, in each one, like I did here, or my wife did here. I keep taking credit. And fold it up like you're wrapping a present, basically. And then stick the end with a toothpick and put it in the pot. Once you have them all loaded up in the pot, like we're going to continue working on here, that's when I turn it up to boiling. You can tell it's starting to boil now. What I did now is I cut up 4 Roma tomatoes. You can cut up 2 regular sized tomatoes, just dice them. And another trick I use is the cabbage. The cabbage that may have broken or not peeled right, I always cut it and shred it, and then I add that to the pot as well. And what that's going to do is it's going to cook down, and then you just stir it in. Now what I mean by stir it in is I just push it down. I push it down under the surface, and then I'm going to add seasoning. This seasoning I actually am using is called Nunus Seasoning, but if you want to make your own, it's paprika, salt, red pepper, and maybe a couple of other seasonings. But you can use Tony Chachere's if you have it on hand, or just salt and red pepper. Probably 2 parts salt to 1 part red pepper, because you don't want to over season it. It'll be spicy. And with the extra ground meat that we had, we added to the pot just to give you some extra surprises later on whenever you're eating it. I love whenever I'm eating cabbage rolls and I have the extra meat on the side. It's just really, really good to me. Once you're done adding the meat, stir it, put it on high till it boils. Once it starts boiling, lower it. I always lower mine to medium, low to medium. I just want to keep it at a low simmer. I don't want to boil it, because then you'll end up with mush. The cabbage will just be destroyed. But I know this seems like a lot of work, guys, but I promise you, it's worth it. The cabbage rolls that we make are absolutely delicious, and everybody seems to love them. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and want to see what I'm going to cook next time, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks.